Hello and welcome to another Shadowverse Evolve video. So today we're taking a look at obviously the starter deck for Blade of Resentment. We've just done the Forest one. If you haven't watched that video, I highly recommend going and checking it out. Currently we're going to be going through this sword deck basically the same way we did with that Forest deck, which means going over every card that's in it, just kind of looking at them all and just checking them out. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So we'll get into this right now and we'll start opening it up. Obviously these starter decks are all pretty solid as far as what they give you. It also gives you a lot of choice since there's 6 of them. You can kind of pick what kind of craft kind of calls out to you. It doesn't really feel like any of them are necessarily 100% better than the others. So if you haven't watched the Forest one, these are all just your tokens, counters, life, and rules. That's basically it. There's nothing super crazy in those. If you want to take a better look at those, you can definitely go check out the Forest video. So we have all the cards here. They come in a nice little block. Obviously they're plastic. And then they just come with a slip cover over the top to hold them all in place. So that works pretty well, honestly. But I don't drop them everywhere. That happens. Alright. Let's get in here. Alrighty. Starting from the top here, we have Tsubaki. Tsubaki looks very nice. Obviously a 3 of. There's only a couple of cards that they don't give you enough of as far as in these starter decks go, which is very nice. These ones are a very pretty card, actually. The blues and the red really shine nicely out of these. Makes them look great. Very nice looking card. So it's got a pretty straightforward fanfare. Choose one of your choose one of the following effects. 1. Select any follower on the field, destroy it. Give this follower Storm. And then Storm, it just lets you do exactly what it does in the digital game, which is attack on the turn that it's summoned, both Two-Face and other followers. Then we have Latham Vanguard Captain. He is just a stat block. Very nice stat block. Also in foil. Very nice little card looking. Honestly. Looks very nice. Alrighty. Just stack those over there for a minute. Then we have Floral Fencer, a classic of Shadowverse. Anyone who's ever played the game should hopefully be familiar with this card. It was very solid, and I imagine her evolve is also just as good. Might actually keep the evolve ones off to the side this time, so we can look at those in a minute once we get to them. Then we have Moonlit Assassin. Moonlight Assassin, very nice. All the artwork for Shadowverse is always phenomenal, which is great. So this one has that must be, I think that's Engage. I think green square might be Engage. Or is it Playpoint Cost? No, because Playpoint Cost is the green one. I'm not 100% sure what the green square represents as far as things go, but usually a lot of effects have like Engage and stuff. Give this follower Bane. That's fine, cool. It's like F is Fanfare, L is Last Word. Anything else like Rush is listed on the card, like you can see here with White General. Just listed on the card. It's another 3 of they give you, which is nice. This thing gets Rush immediately when played, and it has Strike when another allied follower on the field. Give it +2. So you get to give +2 to something. Then we have Ninja Trainee. This is one they give you 2 of. Cool. You only get 2 Ninja Trainees. They're just a 2/2 1-stat body. Pretty straightforward. Veteran Lancer is similar thing. It's a 2/3 body, 2 cost ward, so that means it acts as your defensive cards. Wards activate as they act as wards only when tapped, so when they're in rest. You can I believe the ruling, at least from what was mentioned to me, is you can tap them at your end phase, or you can just tap them on board, I think, to activate ward without actually attacking, I think. Yeah, when this follower this follower can be goes when it's put when it's put onto the field or during end phase. So when you summon it, you can engage it, which will activate ward, or during your end phase, you can engage it to be ward. Otherwise, you can just leave it on board normally. Fencer, we got Fanfare. Select another follower on the field and give it +1/+1. Very nice looking card. Looks like we got a kind of a buff sword going as far as the cards so far, like an aggro buff. Oathless Knight is another 3 of they give you. It's an evolve, and it has Fanfare Summon a Knight token. We'll get to Knight tokens in a minute, because they are under there. Now, how many Quick Bladers they give it? They do give us a playset of Quick Blader. Quick Blader is a very nice card. It's a Engage 3, evolve this follower, which is fine. Sorry, E is evolve. It's just evolve 3. Evolve this follower, and it has Storm built into it. Another evolve that we'll look at. We'll see if the stat blocks have changed much compared to the digital game. Then we have Forge Weaponry. Select follower on field, give it +1/+1, and draw a card. This is also a quick, which means it can be played during your opponent's turn, provided you have the play points to pay for it, and provided they're either declaring an attack or ending their turn. We get 2 Onslaught. Select an enemy follower on the field, deal 5 damage to it, and put a Knight token in the X area. I mentioned this in the Forest video, but your EX area acts as a second hand effectively. It's just an area that you can hold 5 cards, I believe, as a hand. Unbridled Fury. It's another quick card, so it can be played during your opponent's turn, which is always good. Select an enemy follower on field, deal it X damage. X equals the number of followers on your field, so it's just a kind of follower damage card. We get some more goblins. These are also in the they were also in the forest deck. It looks like goblin might just be a staple, to be fair. 1 fighter, which is kind of interesting. So it's just a 2-drop 2/3 mercenary. That's a weird choice for a single card, but sure. And then Angelic Sword Maiden, a 5-cost ward with a 4/6 stat line. Okay, it's a card. It's not awful, I guess. Not for the starter deck, at least. And then we get onto the evolve. So these go on top when you pay the evolve cost. You put these on top, and the evolve effect comes as new effect. It has Summon Steelclad Knight and a Knight token. Very straightforward. It also does list on the card what the stat blocks are for the tokens. Didn't really take much notice of that until now. But yes, they do list them there for you. Then we have Oathless Knight, which just gains a sail, which means you can ram it into something on your opponent's board, even if it isn't rested, because there is follower protection in this, where followers can't be attacked if they aren't rested, unless you have a sail. Quick Blader just becomes 3/3, basically the same as digital, just becomes a big stat block. You get another Goblin, which is sick, because more Goblin stuff, you know, who doesn't want more Goblin stuff? And then this going second Playpoint Orb, so if you go second, you get 3 of these. If you watch the Forest video, I went into more in depth on how to explain that. Then you get the leader card, the cosmetic card, Erica. All these cards are quite thick compared to normal cards. Like if you take the Playpoint Orb, for example, and you compare them, like quite a big difference there. They're just a cosmetic card that represents what you're playing. Pretty straightforward and easy. And then tokens. This one gives you a decent chunk of knights. You get 4 knight tokens, and then you get 4 Steelclad Knights to go along with your cards, so that you can use those as tokens. But again, anything can be used as a token, as long as it doesn't interfere with obviously game states and stuff. So it's a pretty straightforward situation when it comes to that sort of stuff. Alrighty, so that does wrap up the SwordCraft deck. That is everything in it. Looks to be a very solid deck. It looks like it could be pretty decent as far as aggro buffing cards go. So I look forward to giving that deck a go soon. It'll be interesting to see how that goes against something a little more control-y, because control decks typically are much harder to deal with. So we'll see how we go. But hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to, check out my other video. I did Forest. We'll be doing the other decks as well. They'll all be coming out nearly the same time, probably within a few hours or maybe a day or so of each other. I'll probably stagger their releases. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, and the next one we're going to look at will be Rune. So stay tuned for that. Till next time, see ya.